right? And you only see the outline of the radiation of some of the zombies, but they're not moving. They've been stopped. And then I go up a little bit, and I go down a little bit, go up a little bit, go down a little bit. And you see it happens slightly earlier with the dog, because he's slightly further away. And greetings, survivor! This time, we're going to look at Wussing the Horde in a slightly different way. So in a past episode, I was out on the water and there were no zombies spawning. And that got me thinking that I know there's another way which I think that zombies will not actually spawn. And that's when you're really deep in. Now, I thought I would try this out to see how it would work, and that looks really weird. What is that? That doesn't look like the normal zombies, that looks like a ghost. So, the theory is that if you are really deep down, then zombies will not detect you, so they might not even spawn. So I'm actually down here in my... And these are really weird. Alright, so I'm down here in my base. I'm at minus 44, which is about 90, 100, 110, 120 from the surface, because I've got a really deep fall trap here. And the expectation was that the zombies would not even be spawning. Now, what's peculiar here is that it's not really zombies that are spawning. So I'm up here, I've detached the camera, so I'm actually at the surface with the camera, but my character is far down, which we're going to see in a moment. But, so I shouldn't be detected, I shouldn't be hunted because the distance is too great. But for some reason, there are some weird spawns here. It's not normal zombies. As you can see, there are no regular zombies. And these are not really radiated zombies either. If you look at them, they look like some kind of placeholder model. I think that at least one or two of them are placeholders for the cops, and the other ones might be placeholders for the whites. But they're not really spawning. So it's like a placeholder radiated outline. You see they're standing still, they're not moving, and they're sort of with the arms outstretched. So I don't think the model has actually been spawned. It's just sort of done something weird, and that's really peculiar. So what it does seem to indicate is that if you are really far down, it does pretty much stop the spawning, but there are some really weird behavior. Now, I've done this in the past where I've been really far down and nothing was detecting me. But of course, I wasn't up on the surface, so I couldn't see what was happening. But this time I wanted to detach the camera, and it looks really, really weird. Now that's really peculiar. But either way, it seems to show that it works. I mean, nothing is going to come and attack. Nothing seems to be beating. Nothing seems to be doing anything. And whatever models are there are not fully formed. It's not because of the camera. Because the camera should be the normal view, but that's really, really peculiar. Has anyone seen anything like this before? So what I'm going to do now, let me see if I can exit. Okay, so I'm exit this one, so you can see that I'm really down here, and I'm going to go into God mode so that I can actually get up here, and we'll see what happens. It takes a while to get up because it is really far down. I suspect that as I go up, things are... The models are popping in. That's really weird. Which means that the game has... Okay, let me turn off this. Okay, so what this seems to imply is that the game has placed out the models. Okay, so you see some whites, you see a spider. It's placed out some... well, the zombies have been sort of placed into the world, but they haven't been spawned in as models. And the only reason we could see these radiated ones is because the actual radiation outline effect, that one is actually being placed even if the character model is not. Which means that the character model is not being placed unless it's within a certain distance of the player. So while the zombie is sort of held in limbo, with the intent to place it in a direction or in a location, it actually will not be until you get close enough. Okay, let's see if I can get up here. Ouch. Yeah, so now I'm up here. Obviously, everything is running around. Let me go down. Really weird. Okay, so that, let me see if I can get down here to the bottom without dying. Bam, okay. And these are from a previous horde. Okay, so let me get here. So now I'm hunted. So let me do a kill all. So I kill everything. Okay. So I am undetected. And if I look up here, yeah, it's just the remains. Undetected. And it is spawning them. So the zombie is there, but it's not there because there is no model. Which probably, well, that's really interesting. I wonder if that's because of the draw distance from the player that is not being handled in the same way as the draw distance from the camera. And I think that what we see up there is the glow from some of the radiated ones, which is up at the top, which where the radiated outline is going to be there. Well, okay, that's really weird. But it shows that undetected, you can actually be here, and if the distance is great enough, then the zombie models will not even be spawning, which means they will not be attacking, they won't be doing anything. They'll just be there as a placeholder until the player gets within a certain range. So if nothing else, it should be really, really safe because, well, if the zombie hasn't even been put into the game or the model, it's not going to do any damage. It can't do anything. I wonder if that depends on the draw distance, though. So let me see. Can I do that without restarting? No, I can't do that. So let me try that. I'm going to bump it up to much higher, and we'll try that again. So hold on a moment. Alright, so we're back here in the game, and I've detached the cam again. So I'm at -21 here. And I realized there's something really peculiar going on, and I don't think it has to do with a draw or view distance. It's got to do with some finite limit. So at plus 21, let me go down a little bit, and you see all the zombies down here. Of course, there's a lot of corpses, so it can be a little bit hard to make out. But let me go down, and you see they pop out. Right, and you only see the outline of the radiation of some of the zombies, but they're not moving. They've been stopped. And then I go up a little bit, and I go down a little bit, go up a little bit, go down a little bit. And you see it happens slightly earlier with the dog because he's slightly further away, which definitely seems to be that there is some hard-coded limit as to when the models will pop into the game. And if you're too far away, the models will not pop into the game, which means they won't be moving, of course. If I do this, do kill all. Okay, so I've killed everything and they are spawning. So I go up a little bit. Let's see if I can get them in here. Okay, so I've gone below now, which means that there's nothing shown. Let me go up slightly. Yeah, they are. They seem to be tracking their movement, even visually they are not. I wonder if they could actually attack things. I don't think so. That wouldn't make sense. I think they're just tracking the movement, but because the models and everything is not in there, it's just walking around, running around. You see one zombie there is beating. I don't think there's anything happening if they're not actually rendered in. Oh, that's really weird. I've never seen this before. But it means that if you are far below enough, you will be undetected and the models will not even have rendered in. Really interesting. Anyway, I think that's going to be it. I think this was a little bit of a surprising effect. I was not anticipating this at all. But hope you enjoyed. So make a really deep hole, go down, and you'll be undetected, and the models will not be spawning, which hopefully means that no damage will be dealt up top. So you'll be perfectly safe. I'll see you again next time.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the vetted community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.